Okay, well, I can tell by all your smiling faces this morning that you have been enjoying our Halloween-themed talk titles and the talk themselves. I mean, release the ghosts of the past and free the skeletons in your closet. And today is my final Halloween-themed talk title and talk, because next Sunday, along with having a great movie, Reverend Kim is going to be giving the talk. So you don't want to miss that. And we don't know what she has up her sleeve, but we do know what she has in her heart. So it'll be a good one. Okay. So today's title is, do you have bats in your belfry? And as you know, the talks all this month up until today have, they've been intended and are intended to turn our focus towards self-love, to inspire us to want, to seek and find and then release all the barriers that we have built against loving ourselves. Because as we've been considering, we can only love others and the world as much or as little as we love ourselves. The prolific, inspirational writer and speaker Alan Cohen wrote, "To love yourself right now, just as you are, is to give yourself heaven. Don't wait until you die. If you wait, you die now. If you love, you live now." Our love of being ourselves in the world right now causes us to love the world we're in. It causes us to feel more alive and more connected with the good that is everywhere for us to experience. It's a love that expands within us as we feel it, and as it does, it naturally flows from us and through us and into the world around us with no effort at all on our part. When we love being ourselves, wherever we are and whomever we're with is touched by the high, holy vibration and energy of love that we emit. And whether anyone but us is aware of that love at the time, the presence of love is always a blessing. It's a blessing that permeates the moment with healing power. The only thing that can keep us from being a blessing wherever we are is our belief that we're not a blessing wherever we are. It's our belief that we're not spiritual enough or good enough or valuable enough to be of benefit to the world around us. In other words, it's our belief that our individual life doesn't matter to life. But it does. All life matters to life. Because we are one life, one whole life, one complete life together in a universe of love that requires all of us, to fully express who we are in order for it to be fully expressed as what it is. In the way of transformation, we read, transformation is not complete unless it envelops, encompasses, and is expressed through the very life you know. Expressed on earth and in your time frame, your relationships, your experience as you live it, as you breathe it, as you feel it. We are each a beautiful, lovable, powerful, extraordinary being of God on earth. We are the bringers of heaven to earth. That's how valuable we are. If we're not in love with being ourselves as we live in a universe created by the mystery of God, if we're not eager to see how much of ourself we can be and express while we're here, if we're choosing instead to be focused solely on the physical activities of this world and focused on the opinions and conflicts that fly around in our head about what goes on, we could say, and I will say, that we have bats in our belfry. Now, most of us know what we mean when we say bats in our belfry. In fact, some of us suspect that we may have a few, or a lot. And if we do, we know that they're more than just a nuisance. We know that while they fly around in our head, we can't soar in our mind. There's not room. There's not freedom. And we don't feel the happiness and joy and contentment that belongs to us and that we long to experience. Now, according to Merriam-Webster, to have bats in your belfry means to be mentally unsound, slightly crazy, but not in a good way, but to behave in a confused way. Now, we may believe that if we think we're not spiritual enough or good enough or valuable enough to celebrate being ourselves right now, and that if we think that who we are, as we are, doesn't benefit anyone, including ourselves, we may think that such deprecating attitudes about ourself is humility. That a put down of ourself makes us humble before God. But it's an idea of ourself that mentally separates us from the God of our creation. The very source energy of pure love that is sustaining our life and all life in this moment. It's not humility. It's the height of egotism. What else could it be? For us to believe that we could sustain our own life without life. Or that we could create anything in our life, positive or negative, without the life force that created us and creates for us. The ego is pompous and arrogant and certain that what it does on its own. And that's just plain crazy. And there sure seems to be plenty of crazy that goes on in this world. Everywhere. The good news is that we get to choose. We get to choose if we join in or not. Krishnamurti wrote, "Everything in the world is trying to tell us what to do, what to think, and what we must not think." Have you noticed how increasingly difficult it has become to think for oneself? We become such experts in quoting what other people have said. We get to choose. We alone get to choose what we think about each day, what we talk about each day, and how we feel about life each day. There is one great and powerful love that takes care of us and the world. It always has, it always will. It hasn't gone anywhere without us, and we can't go anywhere without it. Whenever we're willing to rid our mind of crazy about thinking of separation, we naturally gain access to that love. In the way of the heart, we read the mind of an enlightened creator knows that of themselves they do nothing, but that in each moment of decision they can allow the great power and mystery of love to direct their course. If our desire is to light up our mind from within with a love that has our highest and best life experiences in mind, if we want to feel our unbreakable connection with a love that never doubts our divinity because it is our divinity and is always there to guide us to all the good that we desire, we'd be crazy not to focus on that and to focus on anything else. We'd be batty to believe we don't matter to life, that our thinking doesn't affect us or the world around us. And we'd be loco to fear that there's some other power in this world that's in charge of our life and how we live it. Abraham Hicks tells us if you are being swept into some current that is not comfortable or not in harmony with your desire, you must remember that that couldn't happen if you weren't offering a vibration that matched it in some way. As we've been considering, in this world of contrast where division and separation appears to be so real, it's easy for us to focus on a world that appears to need fixing if we can, and to fear if we can't. That focus can make us behave in a confused way. Confused about who we are, confused about who others are, and confused about what true power is. Love is the only true power in this world. No matter what anyone thinks or proclaims to the contrary. And as we remove our own barriers, I believe that's God calling, and we should all listen. And as we remove our own barriers to love, that love expands within us and it flows out into this world around us. Our clear mind brings into physical form and expression the love and joy and peace we want to be and we want to see in the world. Not everyone thinks like that, and those who don't think it's crazy to do so. But what we think is up to me and you. It's up to us individually to maintain the mind of an enlightened creator that knows in each moment of decision and choice, every decision and every choice, we can allow the great power and mystery of love to direct our course. And through us, direct the world. And it will. It's essential in this world where conflict is highlighted and disseminated without concern for the consequences of promoting negativity, that we care enough to make it our intention to stay clear in our own minds so that we can think and speak and act in an unconfused way. So how do we do that? When the harsh glare and heat of anger and conflict around us feels like it's almost too much to bear? How do we keep spiritually sane and not go bat crazy in our mind? Abraham Hicks offers us this. Step out of the harshness of that hot, uncomfortable sun, so to speak, and just imagine stepping into the shade. Not to solve the issues, but to give yourself relief. That will then allow you to be able to be clear enough to solve whatever the issues are. Then, we are the closest to the natural state we were born to live in. And as long as we are letting the love within us be our guiding light, we can always stay balanced. Namaste. Okay. Well, we are grateful for you. We are grateful for you. We are grateful for everyone. And we are grateful for all the love and support that we receive, that we feel from you. And we thank you. We are here because you are here and for no other reason. And we are grateful that you know that our being here requires financial support. And so I know those of you who are here, those of you who are there, many of you who are there, support us financially. And we are so grateful. And if you just found us or suddenly felt inspired to join with us as we continue our journey of love together, and you want to feel more a part of that, but you don't know how, well, our treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, is here to tell you how.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, that was another great talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think what I got out of it is that moment to moment, we can either choose love or bat guano. Oh.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. If you would like to donate to the Life Enrichment Center, you can do so on Facebook if you're watching this online. Facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center, and there's a donate button on that site. You can go to our website, lecflint.com. There's a donate button on that site. You can go to PayPal and donate, and on PayPal, our email address for donations is lec2512@gmail.com. And you can always send in a check. Our P.O. Box is Life Enrichment Center, P.O. Box 321294, Flint, Michigan, 48532. And here in the sanctuary, we'll be doing an offertory and listening to Marcia Allen singing I Am Blessed, accompanied by Nick Calandro and Pat Cronley. Thank you.